He's coming back, bro. I haven't even watched any videos.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening.
Guys, welcome back to another episode. It's a little late one, but, we had to get one in. We haven't seen each other in a week or so.
Dude, I haven't seen y'all in like 3 weeks now, honestly.
But, yeah, let's talk World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup.
Let's talk World Cup. The finals is this Sunday.
The final.
So,
yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys questions real quick. My first question is, which player has surprised you guys the most?
Oh, surprised. Oh, wow. Anything that comes straight to your mind?
It's basically the surprise and, balled out the most, I guess. Basically the same thing in a way. I mean, surprised because, at least what I'm going to go with, and I think it's pretty obvious. So I have 2 people in mind, 3 people in mind. And I'll give so my first pick is going to be obviously midfielder from Morocco because I think it has to be. I've seen Amrabat play before, and obviously he's a baller.
Argentina.
But the other guy that plays next to him, Unahi, I think that's it, or something like that. But that man is balling out, man.
Yeah.
He's putting in work. I know for a fact he's gonna get a big move because I think right now he's playing in Ligue 1. But I think for a fact he's gonna get a big move, and I want to give honorable mention out to Griezmann. Dude, Griezmann has been balling out, man. He's playing like a center mid. He drops back a lot, even with Morocco. I don't know if you guys watched the match. He dropped a lot. He got a lot of clearances. He was getting fouled a lot. Why? Because he was recovering a lot of balls. I think he's probably France's best player, in my opinion, this tournament. And yep.
I mean,
of course, because he's gonna score.
And even Giroud too,
Giroud. But
tough.
I think
I get you.
Griezmann's he does the dirty work.
He has.
It doesn't
You're
show
right.
on the
You're
stat
right.
pads. It doesn't show
You're
up
right.
on the scoreboard. I think that's honorable
He has
mention.
worked really hard, and he's played a position that he has not played most, and that's literally the number.
And I know
10.
Atletico's looking at him like,
And
where
is
this
this dude?
Like, dude, Barca too.
Because him and João Felix can't get together, man.
The only thing I gotta say for that is the way Atleti doesn't want to pay Barca that money, so they've also only been playing him like 40 minutes a game, and I think that's that's messing up his stats and messing up like his production with them. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I'll say 2 things because first off, I think surprised. I think it's actually Rashford, and the reason I say that is because I honestly didn't think that it was going to be him that was going to be the top goal scorer for England. I thought it might have been maybe like Sterling or Foden. Dude, he had more than Harry. It was like 3 or 4. Okay. Because
Saka has 3 also.
Yeah.
That was surprising. I didn't think Saka was going to score in the World Cup.
But why? He was starting though. Yeah.
Because I thought he was going to be feeding Kane the whole time.
Yeah, it was opposite. It was opposite. Literally, it was opposite. But I would say surprisingly it would be him. But I think someone that we've talked about briefly, but Gaviol from technically Lisbig.
He's a tank, man.
But he's okay. But yes, he's a tank. But man,
yeah, he's really good.
He's probably but he's probably the player of the tournament right now. And I know the goal scorers but that man has really showed up. Yes, he let that Messi goal go by.
100.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna go over 100
to Real Madrid.
City
Los
or
Blancos.
Madrid. I think City won.
Even though there was talks of him going to Tottenham, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, I would say honestly, it's not necessarily a surprise, but his value has probably doubled. I mean, there was probably a good 40 to maybe 60 million. You're gonna have to pay a minimum 80
too.
now. He's 20, 21, 22, man.
I think he's 20 or 21. He might be actually.
Dude, you can look it up, man. Grab it over. Yeah, dude, right there. Oh my God, dude.
He's 20.
20.
I know he was fast in FIFA. I didn't know he was that
nice. I'm telling you, dude. So he's always been on the radar because Tottenham was kind of looking at him, but they didn't want to give him up because they sold what's his face to Bayern Munich, the French guy,
Upamecano?
Yeah, exactly. So they just sold him, so they didn't want to sell him. But I know Tottenham was in for Gaviol and Ndicka from Frankfurt.
I heard Ndika might go to Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think he's like
so it's gonna be crazy. So it's gonna be this dude, dude,
the French
left-footed.
center back.
He's a left-footed
See,
center back.
And I always said Gabriel,
Left-footed.
talking about Arsenal, I always
6
said
foot,
Gabriel
like,
Magalhaes is giving me like, you know, a little bit of like a doubt in the back. And
Well,
if
he
we
should.
get Ndika, like I've heard good things about him. I don't keep up with the Bundesliga as much, but like that's one of the names that comes
Yeah.
up every time you mention Bundesliga. And obviously he's French, so
No matter what, Gabriel will be your third best center back if you bring in a center back, guaranteed. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely, I definitely think those are really good shout outs for some surprises and some, you know, they definitely got their stock up for sure. What you got for us, Mike?
I just want to do the opposite real quick on
Okay.
what players surprised you in
The least?
Yeah, but
Okay.
this is kind of not really on him.
Uh-huh.
I'm mainly surprised of how he didn't get on the field. And the player I want to talk about is James Maddison. For him to have the amount of goal and assist contributions in the Prem like that and not see a minute of play time, I think that was an injustice to his talent and what he's done for the Prem.
So
And I don't know if you guys agree or
quickly,
disagree.
I'll take my 2 cents, and because honestly, unfortunately, it's Gareth Southgate. The Englishmen know. They've been talking about it since he got hired. That is he the guy to do it? Is he the guy to do it? He went to the last World Cup. They got to the semifinals. Oh wait, maybe he might actually be a good coach, but unfortunately, I've never really truly thought he was going to be the head coach of England. He shouldn't have been the head coach of England. I don't think he.
But who do you take out from that England squad and put James Maddison in? Honestly.
Well, but the thing is, like, why are you playing Henderson? Why?
No, yeah,
because
no,
of
of course.
balance, right? So, but if you have
He's very
already have
defensive.
Rice, why play another in Hendo? Because they want balance, right? They want coverage. But
And you have Bellingham too.
but why not play Rice, Bellingham, and Madison? Holy cow!
And I'm not even talking about in terms of starting, but to not see a game, like
Yeah,
not
to not even
to
get
not even
in.
come
And
in
I
as
get
a
that too.
sub,
But
that's wild to me.
You know what's crazy? Like I remember
got-
before
they
the
were
World
losing.
Cup, everybody's like, James Maddison needs to make it. He needs to make
Yeah.
it. He needs to get called up, and he finally gets called
Yeah,
up.
and they
He's
don't do
sized,
anything.
and everyone's like happy for him.
But
I was
but
happy
you know
for
they were
him.
talking about the same thing about Foden too, though.
Yeah. And I don't know, Foden.
And he didn't start until like the last
Foden. The only reason,
game of the group
because-
stage, and they're like,
and-
"Oh wow,
and the
he
only
is actually
reason-
good." Well,
and the
duh.
only reason he started was because Sterling had the whole
Was
situation
terrible.
back at home, which is obviously
terrible.
it's sad to see. But
Yeah.
and I think I've been saying I want it, and you know,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I would have if James Maddison plays in that spot, I would have put.
Even left
It's
wing.
hard, yeah, even left wing, or if you put Grealish in, right, and take one of those defensive midfielders out, and you put one. Foden can play Cam because he plays Cam very well. I think he's a better Cam than a winger.
and slide Bellingham in next to Rice.
Yeah,
I
and
can
that'd
see
be
that.
perfect. But he was scared because he's always scared that he
Well,
needs.
Gareth
to,
Southgate just doesn't have cojones, and he wanted to play it safe. And look at
Yeah.
they got knocked out, even though I think they actually outplayed France in that game.
Yeah.
But there still was that lack of creativity. So that's a
Yeah.
good shout out. I think you're right that definitely someone like that should have.
At least play.
I didn't actually really think about a player that has. Well, no. I'll tell you a player. Heung-min Son again. Where has this man been? This man's been gone. He never came back from
Disappointing.
Korea last summer, dude. And he got one goal
That's
or
your
maybe
guy, too.
one assist. Just man, and they still somehow made it out of the group. And their
crazy.
best player couldn't even perform. He was garbage. He was actually god awful. But anyway, what do you got? For us next, Mike?
I just wanted to make a shout out because we're talking about the most impressive player. That one Mexican kid that had like the
Alvarez?
freak, and Luis Chavez.
Oh, Chavez.
Kid was balling.
This man, Paul, he doesn't even know who
Yeah,
this man
no,
is.
because I
He doesn't
forgot
know
his
who
name. I
this
forgot his
man
name,
is.
but he hit like an incredible like free kick. He almost had 2 free kicks that game.
I
And he
can't
was-
think from Mexico because honestly, like you
Shout
never
out
know.
Luis Chavez, but that was just an honorable mention.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout
'Cause
out to
usually
him.
it's Edison.
Kid
Isn't
came in
Edison
bald.
Alvarado?
And he didn't start till after. Like I don't think
He's
they
a
were
good young
starting
guy,
him
but-
until the group towards the end.
He plays for Ajax. I was trying to remember who he was, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. He just came from I think it was either Chivas or anyway. But what's your next question for me, Mike?
Real quick, we're gonna segue. For those who've been watching us religiously, you guys know that we follow Arsenal and Tottenham. after this World Cup, it's pretty much over. You know, we have one game left.
Derby.
What player or players are you excited or interested in having in your club after this World Cup? And it may even be a player that's not in the World Cup. Like, we have a couple guys we're linked to that aren't currently playing in the World Cup. In this January transfer window, what do your clubs need the most?
So, off the bat, everyone knows that we're linked with Mudryk, the wonder kid from Ukraine, and I really hope we get him. They want a lot for him. I hope you
guys too.
But they want a lot for him, and I think he'll be a really good addition to the team. And we're getting Smith Rowe back, so that feels like a fresh transfer.
You know, he actually reminds me of a faster Kulusevski. Maybe not as like composed when it comes on the ball, like ball skills, but he's got that.
He's really fast, man.
That's what I'm saying. He's got the speed where he doesn't have like that control, but. Of course, we've all been watching. If we've watched Champions League, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Like he has
against
produced.
big teams, against Madrid, against like.
I think the one thing that's going to shoot you guys in the foot is not getting him in the summer, because you guys were linked in the summer to getting him. You didn't get him. Now his value's doubled.
Yeah, of course.
And it's going to be tough to prime away from like Bayern Munich
or
any of the other big clubs.
The thing is, I know he said he's an Arsenal supporter since he was a kid, and he wouldn't turn down Arsenal for anybody. And
but
obviously that's and
until Barcelona comes around or Real Madrid.
Even then, I don't think so. I don't think so because he knows if he goes to Madrid, he's not gonna get minutes, and if he goes to Arsenal, he's definitely gonna get minutes.
Somebody said that. Somebody said like he'd rather be I don't know if it's a true statement, but he says I'd rather be a starter at Arsenal than a bench player at like Real Madrid. I don't know.
I believe
he will still not be a starter at Arsenal. But yeah,
Zinchenko's wife actually interviewed him. And then had an interview and asked him, and then at the end she was like, come to Arsenal.
He would be a backup.
Yeah, I think Martinelli obviously
he would not be a starter.
Martinelli will obviously start at the beginning. But he has potential, and I feel like they want to move up, especially with Jesus' injury. One player that I would love to have, we're not going to get him. And if we do, well, you know what? Joao Felix. Man, he's
on the move.
He's gonna leave.
He's on the
There's
move.
no way he doesn't leave. It's not gonna be Arsenal. It's gonna be like PSG.
It's gonna be
probably PSG.
It's Chelsea. Maybe not Chelsea. Well, maybe like a City.
I
think
out of Chelsea.
If it's an English league, probably one of the Manchester teams.
If he goes to Chelsea, he's gonna struggle, man.
Maybe a surprise Liverpool. Maybe, man. They got money to spend.
But
they got some money to spend because they've been kind of holding off. So you never know. They're
definitely gonna want over 100 for him for sure because they paid that much for him. He did really good this World Cup too.
He's very upset. I think he's just more upset personally.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
PT 100%. As much like.
But we'll see. Well, we'll see what happens with that because you know what, January is gonna be freaking crazy, man. It's gonna be so crazy in the transfers and what we're gonna have to expect because both of our teams we're gonna have to ball out, man. Like you guys have to spend.
And no Jesus, we have to. You
have to. It's not even about the players you have now or the players that are hurt. It's about the position you are in the league at the moment. If you don't go out and splash right now, you will lose number one, for one. And what's going to happen in the future? You're going to have to go and spend the money again in the summer.
And that's why
might as well spend the money now.
And that's why the board
try to get your push.
And that's why the board is it's backing Arteta right now. And they said we're going to give you money because you're in that position. If we were like third or fourth right now, he wouldn't have they wouldn't have given the money. I mean,
outside top four. I'd say you're outside top four. It'd have been. They would have been thinking like, hey, do we go spend the money and try to get in top four? Or do we just try to save until the summer? And now you're first, and they're like, well, if we spend money now, it's only a positive. It's only a positive. There's no negative coming out of the Arsenal camp if you spend money in January. There's no negative in that because regardless, you're building your squad for next year. I would say almost both of our clubs, knock on wood, are probably guaranteed top four. No matter what, even if you guys don't win the Premier League, second or third is still there for your expectations.
I just want to watch Arsenal back in Champions League, man. It's sad every Thursday. Every Thursday.
Hey, but you have a chance to win that competition where Tottenham does not have a chance to win shit.
Luis, I have a question for you, bro. A lot of Arsenal fans, at the start of the season, most of us would have probably been like, we're not going to finish in the top four. At least that wasn't the expectation. Especially...
Fight the top four.
Okay, maybe, right? But realistically, we weren't even, or we were hoping, hoping for top
to be
four.
Title contenders.
And that's why I was going. That's why I was going to. Now that we're title contenders, do you have like an inkling that you want to win the league? Like are we okay with finishing in the top 4 and getting back into champions now, or now that you see that we're number 1, are you going to be upset and disappointed? Like if obviously with this Jesus injury, we're going down and down and down. Is that going to bother you, or is it still the aim top 4, or is it to win a league?
Right. So before, when we did our first episode, I said we're gonna battle top 4 and we should get top 4 this year. So no one expected. I actually have a bet on that I made before the season started for Arsenal to win the Premier League, and I got that at 3,400. So I'm letting it ride. And they're giving me 10 times the cash out offer right now. I'm not taking it. Yeah, I'm not taking it. I'm letting it ride because it's only a few bucks, but it's still be good money. Regardless, though.
Healthy Holland, man.
Regardless. No, honestly,
honestly,
I don't see us winning.
Yeah,
I don't.
And
I really, if it does, I'll probably cry. Honestly, I'll probably cry.
You better cry.
Because, dude, having a young ass squad like this, having to
you
go
haven't
through
won
all
the
this,
league in what, 20 years almost?
dude, and having to go through all these years without
45, 60 for us. Yeah,
dude. I think if we finish top 4, I'll be happy. And I know I won't be as satisfied if we finish 4th place.
Yeah,
I'll be
disappointed.
I'll be disappointed. Even though at the beginning of the
Because
season, if you asked me would I take 4th place, I'll be like, yeah, for sure. But if we finish 4th place, I'll be upset. So we need to get, if we don't fucking finish 1st place, at least 2nd or 3rd.
I hate this, but
it's true. It's true. I'm not gonna be disappointed if they don't win the league, because the pressure that we have with Haaland and City, it's ridiculous. They have 2 teams that they could put out there and still fucking compete.
There's
We
probably
don't.
right now, even that you guys are first, I would say there's definitely a higher chance that City's gonna win versus Arsenal.
No, for sure. If you look at the odds, even gambling wise, you look at the odds.
Yeah.
Man City's definitely
Still
favored. They're
there.
minus,
Still.
yeah.
And that's it's crazy because obviously we'll get more into the Premier League in the coming week, but we got some interesting games coming up. Christmas is right around the corner. I know both of our clubs have 4 games in 2.5 weeks. I know we'll probably get to that a little bit more, but yeah, man, it's Northumberland and Derby in like a month. It's crazy.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I asked Luis, what player or players we wanted. Is there a specific player you want?
Besides Gabriel, because that guy is special, and if we have him on the left, Romero,
Yeah, you
and
did say
anyway,
that.
I think definitely. The thing is, I wouldn't say one player, because it's really hard, especially now that we have Conte. Maybe in the past we could almost predict who was probably going to come to Spurs because it was a little bit more harder to get certain players. But now, since we have Conte, it's a lot of hush-hush going on right now of who we're linked to and who we're going to get. But I would definitely say we need a central defender or a left-sided defender. I think that our attack will be fine, even though Richarlison's hurt. But
Can I ask you a quick question on that? I know you're talking about central defender, strengthening the defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it time? Because with Arsenal, you can kind of see where the future is headed. Like you can look at Saka and Martinelli and be like, okay, in the next 3 or 4 years, these are established guys.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are more of a ready now team
sure.
to win now. Is it time to start looking for replacements for Harry?
I wouldn't say, but no.
The core, at least to groom.
No, because I think our offense isn't the problem, and Son hasn't performed very well. But I don't think he's the problem. I think I don't think we really have a lot of problems. It's more like consistency of scoring more goals. I think that's where we need to get better. But I think without a Dyer, without a Lingling, even though Lingling's played really good, Ben Davies, that's who's our back line. Not good enough. And I know Conte knows that's not good enough, but it is what he's got. So he's been playing with what he's got. But I would be highly surprised if we didn't get 2 defenders. One of them might be a wing back. One of them might be central defenders. They both might be central defenders. I just would be highly, highly, highly surprised if we didn't get a single defender, because that's our future. You're talking about future.
Yeah.
You guys got Saliba. That's the future.
True.
We got Romero. That's our future. You know what I mean? So you got one. But now I think it's time to capitalize on additional pieces to get further. Because we have Perisic on the left, who's old, and we have Ryan Sessegnon that's young, and we got I always gonna mess up his name. I always mess up his name. No, it's Adugle. He plays for Udinese. We bought him and we loaned him back out. He's a left wing back. Very, very, very good for Serie A. I think he's Italian. I think he's actually Italian, but he plays Udinese. Yep, exactly. Unduge, I think they say his name, but he's a very, very young guy. We bought him in the summer, loaned him back out, so we're good on the wing backs. Maybe a right. Well, we got Spence.
True.
So like we need a central defender. Our midfield's fine. We'll probably go get another midfielder because that's what we need to
That's
go.
what you need.
Central defender. Anyway,
And then
too much about Spurs.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, guys. I know we're off track a little bit, but
World Cup.
But we're so excited for the Prem to be back. You know, the Prem
want
coming
it
back
back. It's
December
in my
26th, and we're excited. But yeah, to wrap up, we got Argentina. We got Messi's probably most likely Messi's last World Cup going against France, who wants to repeat. We have records like Varane going 19-0 in finals. We have goalkeepers, that both play in the Prem. We got players from La Liga. It's gonna be exciting, jam packed. It's gonna be either team who wins. It's gonna be crazy.
Definitely going to be one of the better finals we've seen.
Who do you guys think wins, and what is the final score? Does it go to overtime? Does it go to penalties? Go.
Prediction.
Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I mean, all I gotta say is, regardless of Tottenham Hotspur is taking another back-to-back World Cup trophy, no matter what. So
it'd be nice if it counted for the club, but
hey, who gives a shit? A player that played for Tottenham is gonna win the World Cup, back-to-back World Cups. But anyway, dude, it's gonna be hard that Messi doesn't win this game. I mean, he's been everything for that Argentina team. No matter if he's passing, dribbling, going by the defenders, just being there, that's what, like you look at like a Mbappe, right? Because that's what you compare the other side, Mbappe and Messi.
Yep.
But Mbappe's been kind of like
He's been
sluggish.
quiet. He has 5 goals though.
He scores, he does, but it's like it's not that energy when Messi got the ball, man. When Messi, like man, is blowing by defenders. It's going to be really hard to stop him right now, but Argentina has weaknesses, and France got a great coach, and they've done it already, and it's going to be really hard, I think, to knock off the division champs. It's going to be a great game. It's going to go to overtime, man. I think if it ends in the first 90 minutes, it's going to be like a 3-1, something like that, but it's going to be tough. I don't know. What you got?
So, as a Ronaldo diehard fan for a while,
end it now.
Look,
Ronaldo fan.
Look, I'm not gonna take it away from Messi. Messi's a great player.
Great player. He's literally the best soccer player that's ever played.
Okay, he's top 3, but. Okay.
Not if he wins his World Cup, he won't be.
That's why I don't want him to win the World. I honestly look. I don't know what it is. I know. Like they always say, "Oh, you're Latino. You're supposed to go," but like your people, this and that. And it's like I don't know. I've never liked Argentina, man. I've always supported Brazil since I was a kid. I'm not Brazilian. I don't have any relatives that are Brazilian. I just like Joga Bonito since I was a kid. I grew up watching Joga Bonito on YouTube, watching their videos. I always supported Brazil. Sad to see Brazil go out early. Really wanted to see an Argentina-Brazil semifinal.
Yeah, man.
Regardless,
definitely.
But back to the question, I honestly, I'm scared. I think Argentina have been playing better. Excuse me, but I just think France is more experienced when it comes to situations like this. Way more experienced. The talent that they have in the back, they're very solid in the back. I think their only weakness is they've been defending a lot. Against England, they looked weak. They took their chances. They won. Even against Morocco, they looked weak, but they took their chances
ball, bro.
and they won. Look, Mbappe. I get he's been quiet. He has 5 goals and he's provided. I think he's provided a few assists. Regardless, you don't have to give Mbappe the ball the whole game. You give him one chance and he'll put that away. His speed down the line is insane. Messi, I get
True.
it. Messi, Messi puts in work. You give him one chance and he puts it away too. But the difference is, I just think I think France is it's gonna come down to the experience at the end and who steps up.
Yeah.
I think France takes it. I know it's going to be a very tough game, and I could see this going to overtime. And I hope it's a tough game because as a neutral, I want a good game.
Maybe even PKs, man.
Yeah, and I want both
overall quality.
I want both Messi and Mbappe to score. I want it to be an interesting game. I want it to go back and forth. I don't want one team to defend the whole game.
To your point, man, it made me actually kind of. If Messi has a bad game, they lose.
And another thing
if Mbappe has a bad game, might still win.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Might still win.
Like Argentina, as much as people want to say Argentina doesn't rely on Messi, they do.
Oh.
They rely on Messi heavily, and that they play.
Di Maria will be there this time. He will be ready to go.
And Di Maria hasn't had many minutes.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
And I'll get.
He's
not playing. He's not gonna play.
No, Benzi? No, he's been out. He's been rolled out.
Yeah,
before,
no, but they said he has a chance to play because he's been training, but he's not gonna do it because how are you gonna come into the final and shit? I did that for my Friday team actually. I didn't play the whole season. I just showed up to the final because I was injured. Anyways, but so you can't do that. It's gonna kill the team chemistry because everyone has been playing with Giroud, and Giroud is a different type of player than Benzema is. Benzema likes to drop. Hold the ball, create chances. And Giroud does that as well, but he's a big body guy. He's a target man. You cross the ball to him, and he'll finish it off, even though he misses easy-ass chances.
You know about Giroud, and I do too.
Yeah, so I think France takes him, man. I mean, I won't be surprised if Argentina wins just because Argentina's going to fucking go all out for Messi because they want Messi to win. They know it's going to be Messi's last World Cup.
Dude, they have been having to send referees home because they've been siding with Argentina.
Dude,
you saw that? 2 refs got sent home.
Dude, it's crazy because that Argentina has the record for the most penalties in a World Cup history ever.
Yeah. And
all the goals for Messi, they've all been.
But I haven't seen. Not to my knowledge, I have not seen any penalties that were like. I mean, I know we talked earlier on in the group stages. There was a couple calls, especially the first freaking game. Yeah. But
against Saudi Arabia.
Since then, the penalty calls have been
against Morocco. They were saying. I didn't question it. I just wanted to hear people's opinions when I put it on different chats. I was like, "What do you guys think about this?"
Yeah.
There was a controversy over the Moroccan goalkeeper. I guess he had set his ground, and Julian Alvarez just basically ran into him. So you could argue both. The thing is, they didn't go to VAR and check it. So that's why people are questioning it. And why? And after you see 5 penalties being given to a team. Basically a penalty per game, people are going to start questioning. Because I know for a fact, if Portugal had the same amount of penalties and Ronaldo had the same amount of penalties, if he played, because, they fucked up benching him. How are you going to bench the GOAT? They would have won if they would have started. Regardless, that's not my choice.
Because he hasn't scored in 4 months.
Well, Ronaldo needs one chance to put that away. It doesn't matter, bro.
He had his chances.
I just know if Portugal went this far.
He had his chances.
If Portugal went this far,
they lost because
and Ronaldo
he missed.
had a penalty every fucking game, and he put them away. He was like, "Oh, Penaldo. That's the only way he scores, Penaldo."
Then get in the box and get fouled. But he did have his chance at the end of that game before they got knocked out.
And then when he
had a chance,
when he came in, he's the one that created chances. I mean, he laid the ball off. He had the only. Shot
I'll never argue that he shouldn't have been in the game. No matter what, you're in the knockout stages.
Ramos didn't do anything that game.
I know.
At
all.
all.
The game before he scored a hat trick. So I get that too. I get that too. And that was actually one of the players that I was going to say for the surprising or stock gone up is probably Ramos. But at the same time, you're right. He failed when he needed to, and I don't understand. And coaching, the coaching in
the coach is gone now.
International, yeah, the coaching always in international play is always sus. But it's also, I think it's probably the most difficult thing you can do. Is to coach a national team.
Yeah.
There's not everyday practicing.
Every day, yeah.
There's not your everyday matches or every week matches. It's once every 3 months we get together and try to play. So I get that. It's hard. But at the same time, man, when you have superstars, you play superstars. And when you're not playing superstars, then you lose. And that's what happened to Portugal. They tried to play their superstars, but they left their number 1 guy on the bench and lost.
And so back to the original question. I'm going to be cheering for that one guy that has that $26 parlay for $500,000. If I was him, I'll cash out.
Yeah, I know. I saw
I
that.
think they're giving him like 280,000 on cash out, bro.
Dude, I would
Cash out, my guy. Unless you have like $100,000 laying around and you want to hedge on Argentina, by all means do that. But even then, it makes no sense.
That in that chat, and it was like, dude,
I'm gonna be riding with my man.
6 figures.
I got France.
6 figures.
We got Francia to win it.
2-1.
You just want France to win because you want Saliba to win, and you have some fucking room to talk.
I don't care.
Even though
Bring
he
my
played
boy
like
back.
20
I
minutes.
don't care. He's not playing.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
okay. I mean, they'll be saying, oh, he's what, 20, 21 years old, World Cup champion.
Hey,
I'm not
whatever. Either Romero or Hugo is gonna be lifting the cup, and I'm okay with that. If Tottenham can't win, my boys better be winning when they're not playing for Tottenham, baby.
I say France 3-2.
Wow.
I see a lot of goals.
Dude,
Hopefully,
I think so
hopefully. I don't want to jinx this shit because I don't want to see no 0-0.
Dude, if it's a 0-0 going into extra time and still 0-0 and we go to penalties and 0-0, I swear.
Nah, somebody's gonna score.
I
bro.
swear.
The nerves. Somebody's gonna score.
Oh yeah, Croatia, Morocco. Hey, but you know what?
They're probably gonna play the players that haven't played as much to give them a chance.
Why though? Why? Because no,
think
because
so?
an African country has never meddled. Never meddled. An African country has never meddled, and then they have a chance. Exactly. So they have a chance to even make more history. That game is probably that game's probably gonna be more exciting than the damn final because they're gonna just be all out. Why not? Just have a good time. They're trying to score goals, both teams, and
you know
just go for it.
I see, and I don't
Croatia's
know how
gonna win
true
that.
it is. So
Croatia's gonna win that game.
France's last game against Morocco. I don't know if you guys noted. Rabiot and I forget who else it was missed the game because of an illness. So there's a virus going around the locker room right now.
Yeah, virus.
No, there is. That both of them were
COVID.
sick, so they
it's
missed.
COVID.
Yeah,
It's COVID.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know what virus
what
it is. Because nowadays they don't even say COVID; they just say a virus.
I know exactly.
So and now they have a potential 2 or 3 more players that are getting sick. So obviously you guys been sick. You guys play sports. When you guys are sick, you guys are gonna play like shit. You know, no one's gonna fucking flu game out here. Jordan, you know,
Spencer knows that.
you know. So that's gonna be interesting to watch out for. Cause like, what if you have like Mbappe sick, and he's gonna want to play because that's your main player. But the game's gonna be different. And they're also saying, I mean, if you're sick, you're sick, my guy. Now you can't fucking push through that. Or they're also saying that Messi's playing with a fucking with a hammy injury. So. I don't know, but we'll see. Interesting.
Well.
We'll see.
I definitely think Croatia's going to take the third one, and it's probably going to end up being France. But
people are going
to written in the stars. Messi's going to win.
I think so. I think I don't think Messi's going to win, but I mean, I wouldn't be like I'm a Ronaldo guy too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like Ronaldo to me has been.
Boo.
Boo. Because the thing with me is like I'm realistic too. Like if the way Messi's been playing, like you got to give him his flowers. So like me, I'd rather just be quiet.
So see, even Fought Mod, I went and clicked on France, so I give a little like extra.
Yeah.
60% of the people believe Argentina's
yeah, because of Messi. Because of Messi.
Uncle Messi.
Argentina is actually an underdog going into the final.
Yeah, that's I was thinking about putting some good.
It'll be very exciting. You know, I think for once, whoever wins isn't gonna like piss me off. Like I'm gonna be like.
Oh yeah, regardless, regardless, both teams have definitely deserved to be there.
Exactly.
They've definitely deserved to be there. They have definitely gone out and proved themselves. They've really haven't. I'm trying to really think. I don't think France maybe against England had a dud game, but even at that. Yeah, well, but you know what? Harry Kane missed.
Your boy.
He's missed like 3 penalties his entire life.
300.
It's so sad.
As soon as he missed it, I was like, it was such a Spurs moment to fucking choke that, bro.
I saw a thing that said like the Harry Kane's the type of person that he's a player that has 310 meaningless goals.
More
if
goals
you want to put it that way, like Giroud has had a way better career than Harry Kane.
Yeah, but Giroud's been playing on how many teams? And Harry Kane's playing on 1 team. So, okay, sure. Okay. Chelsea, Arsenal, AC Milan. Okay, congratulations.
He won that shit in France when Montpellier.
Oh,
Giroud,
back in the day,
in order to win something like that,
2005,
even though that's a fucking farmers league, with not a top 4 team, that's impressive. So
I mean,
it's like winning like
talent was never in doubt with Giroud. Talent was never in doubt. Yeah.
Giroud. Oh, real quick, last thing. Do you think selling Giroud was like the way to go as Arsenal? fan.
LOL. I'm
Especially
done
at the
with this. I'm
time we
about to
did,
walk
'cause he had
away.
a
I'm about
really
to just walk
good-
away.
He had really good
I'm not
years
talking
after
about
that.
fucking Arsenal and Giroud
When
no
he was at
more.
Arsenal, you know what?
Yeah, he was an old
Everyone-
man
everyone-
washed up.
Everyone's like,
somehow
oh,
scored.
this guy was so good, and he did score bangers for us. That man's will miss like a tap in and he'll fucking score a
Yeah.
scorpion kick the
Yeah,
next
exactly.
fucking play. It was fucking ridiculous. You had prime Ozil and prime Alexis Sanchez in that fucking team, and
And
we
he
had
did
Giroud up top.
nothing. And he did nothing.
Exactly. Imagine
He
if you
did
gave us a good
nothing.
striker. Arsenal, dude, that Arsenal team was playing really good. Prime Ozil and prime Alexis
Yeah,
Sanchez,
wow.
and you have fucking Giroud up top killing the place. Well, that's all.
That's that.
All right,
Alrighty then.
No. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe. I think we just hit 100. Thank you guys
North
for
London
your
Derby here
support.
soon, boys.
We will,
Win.
hopefully we get to 200 and soon.
Like.
And yeah, just keep supporting,
Share.
keep sharing. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to talk about, and what you want us to talk about. And then if you ever want to hop on the pod in your local DMV area, let me know. Slide in my DMs. Peace.